Welcome to Bite-Sized Folklore, your weekly tale from the shadows of the old world. Today's story is about envy, regret, and redemption. It's a tale of a wish made in winter, and the price a mother paid. This is the story of the 12 wild geese. Long ago, there was a king and queen who lived happily together with 12 strong sons, but not a single daughter. And although they loved their boys, the queen still longed for something she didn't have. One snowy morning, she looked out from her window and saw a freshly killed calf, blood on the snow, and a raven standing over it. She whispered to herself, "If I had a daughter with skin as white as snow, cheeks as red as blood, and hair as black as the raven, I'd give away every one of my 12 sons for her." The words left her lips, and suddenly she was seized with fear, and a chill passed through her bones. Before her stood an old woman, stern as stone. "That was a wicked wish," she said, "and so it shall be granted. The daughter you wish for will come, but the day she is born, your 12 sons will be taken from you." And then she vanished. When the time came, the queen tried to prevent the curse. She had her sons kept safe, locked away in a guarded room of the palace. But on the hour of the baby's birth, a great wind rose. There was a whirling and whistling, and the 12 princes were seen flying one by one through the window, changed into wild geese and vanishing into the trees. The king was heartbroken. He never learned the full truth. As for the girl, beautiful as her mother had wished, she was named Snow White and Rose Red, and she was the joy of the court. But as she grew older, she grew sadder. At 12 years old, she began to ask about the 12 portraits missing from the gallery, about the names that no one dare speak. And finally, the queen broke down and confessed. "If they were taken, it was because of me," the girl said. "Then I'll find them, and I'll make it right." That very night, she slipped away from the palace, through the woods, with nothing but some bread and fruit. She walked until sunset the next day, when she came to a house in a clearing. Inside there were 12 plates, 12 chairs, 12 beds, and food set out, as if waiting. She waited, and just before dusk the 12 wild geese flew down and became men. But when they saw her, their joy turned to sorrow. The eldest said, "We took an oath. The first girl to enter this house must die. It was a girl that cursed us. We swore it." "But I am your sister," she said. "I knew nothing of this until yesterday. I came to save you." There was silence, and then an old woman appeared, a fairy. "Break your oath," she said. "She is your deliverer. She must spin and knit 12 shirts from your bogged down gathered by hand. 5 years of silence. If she speaks, laughs, or weeps, your curse will remain." And so she began. For 3 long years she said not a word. She gathered bog down, spun thread, and knit shirts. Her fingers bled. Her heart ached. But she worked on. One day a prince found her. She could not speak, but he saw something in her eyes and begged her to come with him. She brought her basket of shirts and the bog down. They were married, and she lived in his palace, silent but beloved. But not by all. His stepmother, wicked and jealous, plotted against her. When the queen gave birth to a son, the old woman took the child and gave the queen a sleeping draught. She then threw the baby into the garden where a wolf was waiting. The beast caught the child and fled. The stepmother smeared the queen's mouth with blood and screamed, "She's eaten her own child!" The king was stricken. He still loved her, but doubt grew in his heart, and she, still bound by silence, could say nothing. She worked on. Time passed, and a daughter was born. And once again the child was taken, and the queen blamed. The court turned against her. She was condemned to death. As the hour approached, she still worked. The final shirt missing just one sleeve. As she was tied to the stake, she placed the bundle in her lap and stitched. The moment the last thread was drawn, she cried out, "I am innocent! Bring my husband!" And above her, wings thundered in the sky. 12 geese descended. She threw the shirts into the air, and one by one, the brothers became men again. The people gasped. The prince rushed in. But there too was the wolf, now changed into a kind woman, cradling 2 living children. The fairy had watched over them all. As for the stepmother, well, some say she was banished, others that she met a darker fate. But the young queen, her husband, and her 12 brothers lived long and well, and the silence that once bound her was never needed again. Thank you so much for listening to Bite-Sized Folklore, a tale of loss, endurance, and the strength of love unspoken. Until next time, may your wishes come wisely, and your words fall kindly.